Hello everyone, welcome back to another edition of West Ham Fan TV's Post-Match Pint, the only West Ham United post-match football show on the internet. We've just been to the West Ham Newcastle game. It was Newcastle 2, West Ham 1. That, I'm not going to say the whole game, but the start, what a pile of fucking dog shit that was. Well, before we start, let's explain to where we are. Right,
yeah, I think
let's explain where we are. Our bar's getting a floor relaid. We were coming this morning and there's workmen in there relaying the floor. So we've been evicted to the back room in the basement. Where
this is what happened when West Ham lose.
Yeah.
This is what you do to us.
We've been evicted to the back room. There's barrels of beer everywhere. And so that's where we are today. That's where we are today. So excuse the set for one day. But yeah, let's go for the starting lineup. What's the starting? Enna Valencia, right? Enna Valencia. Was that the right call?
No. We knew under...
In hindsight, though.
No.
In hindsight.
Last season, under Allardyce, when Allardyce played him up front on his own, he's non-existent.
Yeah,
well,
I think maybe... But weren't we saying that last week? He starts up front.
I think maybe Bilic was thinking more about his pace against the Newcastle back four.
But we didn't...
I know.
We don't set up to play with a pacey striker. We don't play the balls over the top.
You know, when you're playing a lone striker up front, you need someone who can hold the ball up.
Yeah.
And his touch is awful.
Yeah.
For a professional footballer, his touch is awful.
Yeah, he couldn't trap a bag of cement. But,
no.
You know, he was very poor. Everyone was poor. I'm not going to sit here and say anyone was...
Do you know who I thought the only one that put shifted? We'll talk about it later. Yelovich.
Oh, yeah. I'm not including Yelovich because he come on as a sub.
Yeah.
I mean, but for the starting 11, Ogbonna... He wasn't that bad. Ginger Pele was awful yesterday.
Yeah.
Creswell was awful.
It was one of them games.
Was awful.
We started poor, and it was like we had too many key players in key positions who had poor games.
It was exactly like Sunderland.
Yeah,
it was exactly like Sunderland, but we
The
didn't
start was
come back.
awful. I mean, they was just letting Shelby run the show.
Made him look like bloody Ronaldo.
He ran the show in the first half.
You look back.
He's very good at that, though. He's very good at just sitting there and
he's buzzing, isn't he?
spraying. Yeah,
I agree with what you're saying. You know, Shelby is a good player, but we made him look 1,000 times better.
Yeah, because no one was closing him down.
You look at that first goal. Yeah, our defence is in the 18-yard box. The centre midfielders are on the edge of the area, and Shelby's just thinking, I could take 20 touches on this ball and lay it in.
Where we were sitting, we could see through the clouds.
Yeah,
we could see that he was on the ball, and there was no one around him. He had so much time on the ball.
And considering we played with three, so to speak, holding midfielders, you can't. We've said it time and time again. We can't give teams that much space in the middle of the park.
I'll say it once again: Noble and Kyoto does not work together.
No.
Does not work together.
Do you reckon Song would have been?
I cannot believe that we didn't see Alex on yesterday.
No,
I cannot believe it.
Crying out for him.
He should have come on at half time, in my opinion, for Mark Noble. And listen, you know me. But I'd admit he had a very, very, very poor game yesterday. He was just
wandering around, doing nothing.
The taking the Obiang off, that surprised me a bit.
But he was poor as well.
He was poor, but he put himself about. That's it. That's the thing.
I mean?
You don't take your captain off at half time.
The difference, right? Like you say, when they had the ball, we were standing off. When we had the ball, they had 2 or 3 players crowding the ball out. They didn't let us settle, and they kept that going the whole game.
I mean, their first goal was quality. Ball from Shelby.
No, the 2 goals were quality.
Yeah.
Let's go through the first goal. It's... what was it?
Yeah, John Joe Shelby knocked it into
one touch off of him, one touch finish.
Yeah,
brilliant goal.
Perez, was it Perez?
Perez, yeah.
Yeah.
The ball was straight through the middle.
Straight through the middle,
bypass their midfield, straight through. It weren't even. It was a good ball.
I'm going to give credit.
It just went straight.
I'm going to give credit where credit's due, though, because we've already seen Newcastle at Upton Park this year, and that was a piss poor outfit on the day. And that one signing just seems to have, and it's just. I think it's as well. I think they're in a bit of a false position at the minute, Newcastle.
Yeah, definitely.
In the fact that, they did spend a lot of money, and we sat here in, what was it? It was one of the first games, wasn't it? It was September, yeah. And we sat there and saying, they don't clicking, they ain't, and they're starting to gel now. They've played together for a little while. they got the rub of the green at times.
Yeah.
We'll say that a bit later, but they got the rub of the green at times. But it's just, it seems like everything's coming together now. You know what I mean? And then the Shelby signing just sort of solidifies everything.
And the Shelby signing, you could see even in the when it was warming up and his name was announced, the crowd were buzzing. And just one signing can give you a lift.
Yeah.
And it did. It gave the whole team a lift because it's something new and refreshing.
Well, the thing is, though, I think last 4 or 5 games, Newcastle, from what I've seen them, actually played well against like Arsenal, Man U, and that. It was just there. And again, yesterday, their finishing was better. They'd have been out of sight.
That last minute equaliser
against
United,
someone to finish.
That last minute equaliser against United changed the course of that game yesterday. Because if they had lost that 3-2, heads would have been down.
Yeah.
They got a last minute equaliser.
They're
buzzing. So. Listen, I'm not going to take nothing away from Newcastle yesterday. For me, they deserved all 3 points.
Yeah, they played
I'll take
well.
They played well. We just didn't turn up.
Didn't turn up. Yeah. I don't. It's a very tough place to go, Newcastle.
We never do well.
It's one of them grounds we never do well.
Traditionally, we don't travel up there.
It's a shame though, especially after Tuesday night against Bournemouth. You know, everyone was going up there yesterday. We was talking to people in the concourse and all that before. They're all thinking, yeah, we're gonna get a win here today.
Yeah. I wasn't talking to anyone in the concourse because I was leaning on the wall.
You had to lean.
I was fucking leaning on the wall, going, Ryan, I'm going to go and get some air or something. The back of my neck was pouring.
Do you know what
sweat.
it felt like? Do you remember in Ghostbusters when they're walking up the stairs and they just look up and just see loads of flights of stairs?
It was fucking ridiculous.
Yeah,
the amount of stairs I walked up this thing was ridiculous.
We was
and
flying
it's not
high,
that.
we parked and the birds could fly.
Yeah, we parked a little while away as well, didn't we? We parked at the Newcastle College, which was a good
about 10-minute walk,
15-minute walk. Yeah, I'd
15
say.
minute for you.
Yeah, 15 for me. And we was like sort of wandering around the town. So like, and it's all like hills in it. You know what I mean? Like it's I'll tell you this now, right? Beautiful town centre.
Yeah, it was really nice. The Yateses was nice.
Yeah, beautiful town centre. The way it's sort of like, it reminds me of like, don't want to compare it to London, but it reminds me like the ground was there, and the other part of the area where we come was like just normal sort of garages and shops, and then all of a sudden we walked to the ground and went, where's the town centre then? And he went, we just got to walk up there. Walked up there. It was like walking into Bishopsgate, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like, really nice.
It was really nice. I'd love to have a night out up there. I have years and years ago. I don't remember it being like that though. I don't think I went to that part of it. But yeah, beautiful town centre. I mean, a wonderful location for the football club. You know what I mean? And the local businesses around there. It was lovely. But what the fuck was we talking about?
You walking up the stairs.
Oh, me walking up the stairs. Yeah. So we had a good wander around the fucking stand, and then all of a sudden, and I knew it was coming because I went to Sunderland, and I knew something like that was coming. I was thinking, maybe they've got like an escalator, or you know, it's and then all of a sudden, I started walking up the stairs, and you know, you feel I'm a big lad, you know what I mean? I'm a fucking fat cunt, you know what I mean? To be quite honest, and my thighs started to burn about half an hour, and I looked around, you know, when you got the gap. And I looked round and I looked up, I thought, fucking hell. It just kept on, I couldn't see the end of it. It kept on going and going and going. And I thought, no, well, fuck it. Just walk. Just keep on walking. See what happens. By the time I got to the end, my legs were jelly.
His neck was sweating.
I was wrapped up like with like loads of layers on. And I'm like, got to the time, I was like, and he said to me, come, do you want to go and get a bit? I just got to go outside. I just had to get some air on the back of me because I was so hot, like, because I was wrapped up. I had like scarf, fucking hat, fleece, coat, everything, right? So I went and got some air. Then all of a sudden we were standing in the thing, and my legs, I can feel it today, but my legs have actually had some fucking exercise. It reminds me of like 10 years ago when I actually used to do fucking something. You know? And you know, I feel quite good today. That little bit of exercise, like you know what I mean?
Like a new man.
Yeah, a little bit. Like I can feel, you know, I can feel aches in my body and that, and I like it. I remember what it used to make me feel like. My muscles feel.
You feel
tough.
invigorated.
Yeah, I feel invigorated. Yeah, but
we'll have a month off now.
And then, right, it's not that. He went, do you want a drink? I said, I'll have a soft drink. I said, so he got me a soft drink, and he went to me. I said, I'm going to go and sit down. He said, all right, I'm just going to, because he had a beer. All right, I'm going to drink this beer and I'll be up. And he went to me. I went, what row's that? He went, X. And then I went, oh, for fuck's sake. And I looked up, and then we're all the way at the fucking back. All the way at the back. So I had to walk up the stairs. But no, very nice place. I quite enjoyed it.
And
Friendly people as well.
And that's Nicky's guide to Newcastle. Good selling points.
Yeah, really, yeah. I just enjoyed myself.
Yeah, no, it was good, apart from the game.
Yeah, apart from the result. But yeah, we better go back to the game because we was talking about that.
Ryan's holiday as well, you know.
Yeah. So first goal, brilliant first goal. We just wasn't at the races. We wasn't at the races.
He's saying that though, that they didn't allow us to.
No, they played a very high pressing game.
And that goal didn't even give us a kick up the arse. And then straight away, 10 minutes later,
That's what I thought.
Shelby again.
Yeah.
Great ball.
I thought like you. I thought, right, we've conceded that goal. Now we might make up a bit and press them. And we didn't.
No.
Creswell for the second goal. He was all out of position.
I'll be honest. I just think the selection was wrong. I think some of the substitutes were wrong. I agree with them, but there were so many. I mean, you can't see this in hindsight. You can't see this in hindsight. But there were so many poor players that you needed about 6 substitutes to allow yourself to change the game.
And the thing is, you look at the starting lineup going into the game. You wouldn't. That's how we've played all season. We haven't played a different system, and that's probably what 9 out of 10 of us would have picked. That 11.
I'm not a fan of Noble, right? I'm not a fan of Noble. No, I am a fan of Noble. Sorry, I am a fan of Nobles, but I just feel we've got better now. Everyone in the middle there now, apart from Lanzini, is fit. And for me, I've always said this: once everyone's fit, he shouldn't be getting in the midfield. And yesterday, against someone like Shelby, who's got that, let's not forget he's an England international. You know what I mean? You can't just go. And he showed his class yesterday. Yeah. He's just got that little bit. That's why he's playing for England and no Wayne.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's got that little bit of quality. He can spray a ball, and especially when he's given that much time. You know what I mean? He can spray a ball like a fucking superstar.
Yeah, but then you go back to Liverpool at home. That's what Noble was doing, spraying balls and that. So you can't go off of one game. I understand Noble was poor yesterday. But I've always said it. Him and Chekiote do not work together.
The first goal,
Chekiote leaves him.
The first goal was directly down to him, Noble. He had 3 chances to pass the ball. Right, I looked at it. Yeah. He had 3 chances to pass the ball.
No one was making moves for him.
No, I understand it was very static yesterday, but he had 3 chances to just lay it off, get it cleared up the top if you have to. You know what I mean? Just lay it off, and he dilly-dallied on it, and they nicked the ball off of him, and that's where.
So you saying that, when you could look back, I think it was either before the first goal or before the second goal, they had a corner, right, and we tried to play it out because we have 11 men in our box. So when you get the ball, we're trying to play it out, and when they're pressing us down, you can't do that. I don't understand why we don't leave Payet up top, or someone or Valencia up top. Valencia's a bit better. Payet's not going to do anything defending in a box.
Payet was poor yesterday.
Oh,
I think I'm
not going to sit here and slate him because he's world class, and I know he can't be good every game. But it was the players around him weren't helping him as well.
I totally agree with that.
You can't.
But I think Newcastle maybe every time he got the
ball.
Oh yeah,
he had 2 men on him all the time.
But the thing is, he had a bad game because even when he did have time on his ball, his passing was off, his crossing was awful.
Yep.
He had a bad game.
He tried 2 minutes for me.
Game, but just remember, on Tuesday he played 75. He's just come back from a 2-month layoff. I'm not defending it. Yeah, sorry, mate. Sorry. I'm not defending him on. I mean, it was poor, but it was poor from everyone.
Yeah.
And you can't expect him to be pulling strings when everyone's just standing fucking still.
I totally agree.
It was a bad day at the office, wasn't it?
If the players around him ain't helping him out, he's trying through balls, no one's moving. At least he's trying.
The problem is if the team around him doesn't. I still don't think we set up our team around Payet.
He's got to play centrally as well.
He has got to play. If we're going to play one up front, he has got to play behind that.
He's got to play in the number 10 role.
Yeah. And giving a free roll, not track back. And we play him out on the right or out on the left, and we're making him defend.
We don't want him defending.
No, because you don't want to play like that running back. He doesn't. It's not in his mentality to do that. He's not naturally thinking, right, I've lost the ball, I've got to get back and defend. Lanzini gives us that. Lanzini's got that enemy role.
But maybe
he needs to play that free roll around the striker.
Maybe he will get that chance now that Moses is back.
Yeah.
Because we've got Antonio, who he got slated just. I thought he'd done okay.
I thought he played.
What he did wrong
He was
yesterday,
trying.
he was trying. He ran in a lot of dead ends.
Yeah.
Instead of releasing the ball and looking for the 1-2 and things like that, he'd get the ball, look at a pass, and then run into a crowd of players and lose it, and then moan that.
But then he's another player, isn't he? Everyone slated him at first. Then he's had a few good games, and everyone's got this expectation of him now. He has one poor game yesterday, and everyone's back on him, on his back.
No, see, I'm not going to say he was the worst of the bunch because he weren't. But I said what we said before about that step up from the Championship to the Premiership. There was a couple of times when he
after the game we see all the players getting on the coach, and I said to you, that Antonio's not as big as I thought.
No,
I thought he was a lot more. He's quite short, and he's not as big as he is. But yeah, you just one of them things, isn't it?
It was a bad day at the office.
Yeah, for everyone.
But the thing
that
I'm confident about, is the fact that you have a bad day at the office. We was brilliant for 30 minutes on Tuesday. Wasn't great for the first 60. Brilliant for 30 minutes on Tuesday. Just didn't start Newcastle. Although I must say that after they scored their first, apart from a Colaccini fucking last-ditch clearance, we could have been 1-1.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And that was, that was one good passage of play. And that's why I always thought we had the chance to get back in the game, because we've got the quality to just switch it switch it like that. One chance, and we normally bury him. You know what I mean? We've done very well this season. If that ball wasn't along the floor and it was chipped up, I think Antonio would have beat him in the air. I hate that curly head prick, I really do. He just gets his toe to fucking everything.
And the thing is, you look at the game as a whole, we played bad, but we still created enough chances.
We still walked out there with a point yesterday.
Easily. We
But then again, we could have been on the end of a 4 or 5-0 drubbing. It's one of them games.
We did say when the second one went in, he said to me, I think this might be a drubbing.
Well, the thing is, they scored the second one and then they had a chance not long after, didn't they?
They had a few. They had a few.
Their second goal, though, Wyanum, whatever his name is.
Wijnaldum.
Great finish. Great ball from Shelby. Can't remember who whipped it in, but Creswell was out of position.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Creswell had a chance to put a block in. He could have slid, but I don't know if he didn't want to get his shorts dirty or if he was going out.
He looked very poor yesterday, and one thing about Ginger as well, I saw yesterday. I'm not sure what was his problem with. There was one part where sort of like someone was running through with it, and he had about 3 chances to fucking just clatter the cunt, and he was sort of like trying to get his little touch. And I was thinking, what are you doing? It's not normally like him.
Do you know what it is with Ginge? And I think because he knows Reed's back now on the bench, I think he's threatened. Yeah. He's got no need to worry. One thing with him as well is he tries a lot of long balls. He doesn't need to do that. Let the play. He can hit a ball. Don't get me wrong.
He can pick a couple of good passes out of the long ball.
Do what you do best. Block the ball. Defend.
Yep.
I just think, like, in hindsight, obviously we can't see this like before the game because we've been playing well with the players we've got.
You wouldn't
Reed should have come in. Reed should have definitely come in.
But that's it. After the game, you could
at the end of the day, exactly. At the end of the game, you can say that. That's where the
maybe Reed's not 100% fit yet.
No, but Reed could come, and you know what Reed does and what Ginger doesn't. He's come out with the ball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's got that little. I mean, Ginger knows that he gets caught on the halfway line with it. He's fucked.
But the thing is, Ogbonna does that, so that's why they complement each other, don't they?
Yeah.
Because I thought if I could pick one player out yesterday apart from Jelavic, I'd say Ogbonna played.
I must admit as well, yesterday I thought that's the most that he's tried to bring the ball out from the back of Bonner.
Yeah.
But notice whenever Ginger had the ball, they weren't really pressing him, were they?
Tompkins was getting done down the.
I think Tompkins showed yesterday why
he shouldn't be a right back.
He shouldn't be a right back.
He was just getting
what I'm saying. It is. I think with that, I think you've got to look at it. You've got to put him there, knowing who you're playing against.
Yeah. In hindsight, you got to pick. Jenkinson's got to play. Yeah. And then you ain't got to worry about the subs so much. There were so many players that was poor yesterday that you had to, there was more players that needed to come off than we had subs. Yeah. Jenkinson needed to play. Reed needed to play. Song definitely should have played.
Yeah.
He should have played some part anyway.
For me, right, Kiate shouldn't have started. Song should have started in that position. Yeah, I must admit, watching that commentary, I don't know whether it was the same on the stream you watched. They called him Kiat.
What?
Kiat.
Listen, you can't talk about anyone pronouncing his name wrong. We've done it for a year. I still can't get it right. It's not that badly. That's a check now.
Is there a Newcastle player on the ball called Kiat? Every time we got the ball. But he shouldn't have played. He shouldn't have come straight back in the side.
No.
Song should. Song
Who
should have
would you
started.
have in? Who would you have in? Well, we'll do this little thing now. Noble and Kyoto don't play well together. Who would you have in?
Me personally, I would have Noble, Song, and Kyoto with Noble playing behind them, and have Song and Kyoto in front.
No, but
of
if you
them.
had to choose one, because you're saying they don't complement.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
Song.
Instead of having them both in the middle, have Song and Kyoto in the middle with Noble playing like the old Makaleli role in front of the defender.
You're not getting.
But that's
No,
Song.
Kyoto and Song, who would you have playing with
No,
Noble?
not Song. Noble and Kyoto. Who would you have if you had to choose one?
So you're saying you've got Song, and you've got to pick Noble or Kyoto.
I'd have Noble with Song because I think they play well together.
Yeah, no.
I wouldn't leave Kyoto out. That's what I'm saying.
I think Noble plays better when he's got like Payet, Song, Lanzini in there with him. He can get on with his natural game.
Song has got to start playing. We need Song to start.
So,
He's
let
got
me
to
tell you
step up
something
his
now,
effort,
right?
But he's
I
got to
wouldn't
start
be
playing.
surprised if Song goes
He's,
in this transfer window.
I think he's going to go.
Because he's not
I
happy.
would.
I don't blame. I'd rather go and sit in Spain on the bench.
But I can't understand how we've got Payet back. Right, we've lost, we've got Yelovich and Valencia, but
But
we've
then,
got Payet back fit. Song is a world-class player who will complement Payet,
But you know
who
what?
will look to give the ball to Payet.
Yeah, but you know what as well, when you look at the game yesterday, right, and I didn't do no research, but they obviously play a pressing game, yeah? The thing Song does is he makes it look like it's got fucking...
he breaks up.
He slows the game
doesn't
down.
Yeah, he breaks the game up, he breaks the game down, but he also looks like, when he's on the ball, he looks like he's got loads of time, no matter how much pressure he's under. So, and Noble couldn't pick his nose yesterday, you know what I mean? Like, it's... So, like, maybe it's,
You
it's
give
a bit of naivety
Noble time
about-
and space on a ball, he's fine.
Yeah.
But when you're playing a team that's a high
The
pressing
thing is,
game,
where we were sitting,
he ain't as good.
Where we were sitting, there was a lot of negative people around there, and they're obviously the We Hate Noble club. And like there was one point where they're saying to him, "Fucking hell, Noble, go forward, go forward." He's facing our goal with two players behind him, and he's got Collins there.
Exactly.
Why would he
Exactly.
want to
Yeah.
turn
Yeah.
in and try to look forward
Exactly.
when he can knock it
Exactly.
to Collins? Some people, it's because he wears that. He
Yeah.
wears the armband. He's an easy target.
Trust me, right? Sitting where I sit on watching them at home, it was like that last season,
Yeah.
right? As
For me now, if I was
footballers-
to say now,
Yeah.
if Noble's dropped next week,
Yeah.
I can see the reasons why.
Yeah,
I'm not
because
going
he
to sit
didn't
here and
have
say,
the best of games.
yeah,
But
that's
then,
fair enough.
Saying that though, if half that side would drop last
Exactly.
week, you
We
know
might as well play the youth.
Exactly. The whole idea, the reason he gets a lot of criticism, I think, is because he does look to go backwards. Look at Mascherano, right? When he first and Makaleli. How often the Makaleli or Mascherano, when they were playing that old and play a forward pass, they don't. They win the ball, and whoever's there, if they have to turn and face their own goal and give it,
You've been brought
it's
up
keeping the ball.
from a kid to every level of football you play the way you're facing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That is
ball.
it.
Keep the
That
ball.
is it. You don't. If Noble would have turned, got tackled, they would have all been fucking
Ah, you're
screaming.
fucking shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But he's
exactly,
played the ball.
exactly.
And listen, there was a couple of times where he did make wrong decisions, and I even said that to you yesterday, didn't I? And I agree with some of the things, but some of the criticism he's getting.
Like you said,
He
he
does-
does.
he's not deserved.
He's a target, and he's an easy target. One, 'cause
Just
he's-
like Kevin Nolan was.
One-
But once you get that
captain.
armband on,
Exactly.
anything goes,
Because
doesn't
that's
it?
who
Like,
you either blame the manager or the captain. Rio Coker got it. I know he was a bit of a prick, but he got it. Upson was getting it.
Rightly
Nolan, yeah.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
That's it. But
Because you wear that armband, you get it. You're going to get targeted.
you know, and it was, as we said yesterday, he didn't have the best of the game,
No.
but
Who did?
he did.
Who
You can
did?
count on one hand
You know
the
what I mean?
players that play.
My personal opinion is he was one of the poorest. He was the poorest of the players. I think Cresswell was close. Don't get me
I
wrong.
think Ginger went
Our
far.
back
No,
four.
he definitely weren't far off.
I think they was all the
went
same.
in, every time that ball went in the box, it was pandemonium.
Yeah.
I think that was all the
Clear
same.
it, and even Adrian didn't look very comfortable with balls into the
Can
box.
someone explain to me what he was doing?
He
after
spilled
time?
so many balls.
The
Didn't
bo-
he?
even the commentator said it. The shot straight at him,
Yeah.
and he's punched it. He's
I
straight.
know. He's panicking, isn't he?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, but like we said, we're not going to knock Adrian, you know.
Exactly.
He,
We're not.
he's
He
been
pulls
great
off something.
there too.
But in the first half, there was 4 occasions where he could have held on to that ball. Twice he punched it clear, but the other 2 occasions he's punched it straight to an opposition player and put us back bang in trouble. When he could have just collected the ball, held on to it.
I think he
trouble
spilled a lot of.
What about that one when he come out and him and Collins took a short free kick. Adrian come running out to take it. He didn't realise he was taking it. And he started running backwards. Yeah. He didn't even know what was going on.
There was obviously not talking to each other yesterday.
No.
There was obviously no. I don't know whether it's just tiredness. I don't know whether it's because he's fucking bitterly cold up there. Whatever. It's no excuses.
It's like the West Ham we're used to in the last. Well, this season.
It's a West Ham of old, isn't it? It's sort of like.
I mean,
be fair, it's the West Ham.
Pre-Allardyce.
No, it's the West Ham that turned up at Tottenham.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you got to remember is when we lost that game to Tottenham, we haven't lost since.
Exactly.
So maybe this is a kick up the arse that we need.
You look at
every team needs a kick up the arse.
50 feet in 21,
exactly.
22
We
games.
lost that one.
It's a bad day. Let's give him that as well. It's learning curves. Even still, even at this, because. He thinks he knows what Newcastle's all about. He's already played them, but they play a different game. They've got new signings there, so you've got to give him a little bit of leeway.
That Newcastle yesterday was completely different to the Newcastle that turned up.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
and that result on Tuesday night give them that boost. Against United.
Like I said, they've been unlucky in the last few games.
Yeah, I mean, one bad performance don't make it a bad team.
No, exactly.
I'm still full of positivity because I think. That every time something like this has happened to us, we've always come back with stronger.
I think Man City at home on Sky on a Saturday night is going to be a perfect game for us.
Go on.
Yeah, no, the only chance we really had in the half, apart from the one that almost lost the arm from Antonio, was the ball over the top into.
He smashed it straight at him, didn't he? Yeah.
But Valencia and he smashed it. Good save.
Yeah, it was a good save. He got hold of it.
From a very, very poor first half, we could have gone in just trailing by the one goal.
Yeah.
So there's a lot,
I think that's what we needed yesterday. I think we needed to go in at 2-1.
If that had gone in,
just like Sunderland.
Sunderland.
Sunderland was exactly the same. Jenks scored just before half time to make it 2-1 at Sunderland. And second half, it was a totally different team. We could have won that 3-2. But yeah, second half, subs, Yelovich come on. I thought he'd done really well.
Yeah. To
be honest with you,
he offered a lot more.
I think you were right last week about his mobility. I never saw it before. He was a lot more mobile than what sort of like Carroll would be. I think his hold-up play was okay. It wasn't brilliant.
He's very willing, isn't he? He wants to try, and that's the good
thing with Yelovich.
The brain
is, Tomo picked it when we were talking the other day. Tomo picked it up. You watch our second goal last week. Right, and you watch the movement from Yelovich. He drags two defenders away to give that space for someone to move into.
Yeah,
and play it. Pick out Valencia, and Valencia went into that space and scored. And that's what we don't get with Carroll. Carroll wants to be the focal point. He wants to be in that, but he wants to be the one putting the ball back in it. He doesn't do that running, the intelligent running, to pull defenders and drag defenders out of position.
What could we have done differently yesterday to win that game? Apart from turn up,
I think we just needed to match Newcastle for desire and passion.
Look,
I agree with that.
Yeah, when you look back at it, you think we should have pressed them when they had the ball. We shouldn't have played Valencia up top the way he did.
I think we should have gone 2 up top.
No.
I think any game.
I think we should have stayed as well, but I would have started with Yelovich.
Any game when you're the away team, the first 20 minutes is the most important because you've got to break them down, silence the crowd, don't let them play, and that's exactly what we didn't do yesterday, and that's why we're sitting in there talking about a defeat.
Yeah. The crowd up there get behind the team.
They're great fans, you know what I mean?
Like you said, that first 20 minutes, any away game is key. If you can keep it at 0-0 or nick a goal, better.
Look at all our big wins this season, what we've done in the first 20 minutes, half hour.
Scored
and kept the other team
quiet. Look at both results against Liverpool. We scored them early. Because then that's it. Our game is not so much now with the injuries and all that, but our game is that we can play on the counter attack, right? And when we play on the counter, when people are fit, we counter attack so quickly. Again, yesterday we didn't move the ball quick enough, and when you get that early goal, you can sit there because you're going to the other team's got to come at you, and it opens up so much space. And then that's what your Lanzinis, your Payets, your Moses, and all that are good at running into and good at getting that space.
Yelovich took his goal well, didn't he? I mean,
he read
the pass. Some people were saying it was an own. It wasn't. For me,
it was already over the line.
He done well to go around the keeper and tap it in.
And again, that's like Carroll ain't going to give you.
But Carroll's a different kettle of fish, isn't he? Like, you know what he's about. He's more
injured,
get in there and header it.
Whoa.
The good thing for me though is that Bilic saw at half time we were crap. And he changed it.
He weren't the only one, mate.
No, but that's it. But whereas we said with Allardyce, Allardyce would have stayed. Allardyce would never have made that change. We would have stayed the same, playing the same way.
I think he should
He's
have
seen a problem.
Yeah,
He's tried to change
I think he
it.
should have brought Moses on at half time as well.
We don't know how fit he is, though, do we?
I don't care.
No.
You could have had me and Nicky out there yesterday. You would have done something more than what they done in the first half.
I don't know. It was just a lacklustre performance. I'm not too concerned about it.
No,
it's happened before.
You can take a defeat. Like you said the other day, if we take a defeat in the next 5 games, we'll still be up there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we've got some good games coming up. City at home it's one of them ones, isn't it? It depends what City
Could be
turn
anything,
up.
couldn't it?
And we need our best team to turn up against City, no matter what. Then you've got is it Southampton? Is it Southampton?
Yeah, Southampton.
Sunday night.
Southampton
Then you've got
Monday night.
Villa, Norwich coming up, and they're all winnable games. So I'm not really too worried.
What? I mean,
We're in a better position where we thought we was going to be starting the season.
Yeah, the winner took this. Start of season, someone said you're going to be 5th.
Of course you will.
Middle of January.
We're still only 4 points off 4th.
Yeah.
To be fair, someone said you're going to be 5th in the middle of January and you're going to go up to Newcastle and get beat 2-1.
You go, well, we always lose at Newcastle
Yeah, exactly.
anyway.
So I'll take the 2-1. I'll take that.
Yeah, the thing is though, like the way we've been playing this season, the team we've got, I was expecting us to go and win there yesterday.
And I think that sums it up. That's why we're so disappointed we didn't win.
Of course, I'm disappointed with any defeat, but especially after we played against Bournemouth and how we've been playing this season, because I know that's probably the only game where I thought we're not going to come back.
Yeah,
but we still could have nicked a point. That's the thing.
I do agree with you. I was watching.
we were
that
still
and I'm thinking,
in the mix at the end. They were shitting themselves at the end.
Of course they were.
Of course, they were panicking. They were just booing it up.
But then if
lot
we had
of
pressed higher and higher and higher and pressed them more, they would have crumbled.
And we could have equalised in the last minute.
Yeah.
We could have gone out there with a point. Yeah, it was a great
save
save.
from the keeper.
Great save. We could have nicked that point. And we wouldn't have deserved that point, but that's Premier League
That's football,
football.
isn't it?
Oh, you know what they say: if wishes were fishes, the world would be an ocean. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Exactly.
So we have to push on now. I mean, let's just take that. I mean, that's all the teams lose games, man. All the teams lose games.
We have been down the bottom and gone somewhere or got a result that we were never meant to get. And
We've done that this season.
Yeah, and that's it. When you're down that bottom and you're scrapping, and you do get a bit of, not so full because they've lost a couple, but you start playing a bit better. You get a bit more confidence. You go on that little bit of, they've not played bad in their last 3 or 4 games.
I think, like Nicky said, I think it's a bit of a false position for Newcastle because the last few games they have been playing well. It's just that they haven't been taking their chances.
Yeah.
So they keep playing like
they're in
that.
that
They'll
position
climb
for
up
a
the
reason.
table.
They're in that position for a reason.
They are. They've been poor the first half, but it just seems like that they're turning that.
Yeah,
corner
they won't go
now.
down.
Yeah,
No,
way.
The thing for me, their striker,
Get out of that.
what's his name?
Ronaldo.
No, the striker. He plays out wide.
Perez.
It begins with an M.
Mitrovic.
Yeah. The movement he was doing yesterday is what we lack at West Ham. The movement he was, alright, he ain't the
Yeah,
greatest
he
goal
does what
scorer.
Sacco usually does.
That's it.
That's
And
what
that's
we're
what we're
missing.
missing.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that's
chances yesterday.
that is
His
as
finishing's
well
poor,
as well as that. I mean, let me big back West Ham up again, as well as the, the result that we were still in when we should have been well beaten. Yeah, which is a positive you can take from the game. That the fact that we were still pressing and pressing and pressing. You got to think all our big players are out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We've got I say all of them. Payet's back, but you've got Carroll and Sacco and Lanzini not playing. You know what I mean? And that's where we're lacking a little bit. We're lacking a bit of potency up front, and that's why that's going to link us all the way to where I want to go is the transfer window, and what we should be doing. I mean, let's talk a little bit about this. I mean. We've just seen yesterday Charlie Austin move from QPR to Southampton for £4 million.
That's a gamble. You've got to take that. Whether Charlie Austin would have come to us or not, that's another thing.
But we've fucking shot ourselves in the fucking.
Let's be honest, right? All right, they're saying he's got injury problems. What striker at West Ham hasn't got injury problems?
Yeah.
But £4 million on a guy that scored goals for QPR last season.
Has he been injured for QPR this season?
He's had an injury.
He's been playing. He's still been scoring.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's been playing, but he scored goals for a very poor QPR side last season, right? That we wouldn't get the service like he'd get off a player like Payet.
Piatti. He makes Payet and Piatti.
But for £4 million, it's a punt you've got to take.
$4 million now is nothing in today's football for
Especially for English
for a
players
young
as well.
English striker. all right, he's got his injury problems, but like you said,
We paid 3 million for Jelavic.
Yeah.
that's just the
For an
normal
extra
West
£1
Ham.
million, you're getting an English striker who scores goals.
And like Nicky said yesterday when we was talking about on the way back, even if it don't work out, you get rid of him in the summer for 2 million. You've only lost 2 or something. You know what I mean?
That's it. But Austin would
Jesus
suit
Christ.
the way we play. I think as a striker.
I don't know. It's I think we shot ourselves in the foot there.
Oh yeah,
we
definitely.
weren't in the
comments that were
mix because
when we should be.
Yeah, we weren't in the mix because of the comments that were made in the summer by the chairman.
And what makes it worse is today now we're linked with Mario Balotelli.
No, that's all bullshit. I don't believe
But still,
that. But then again, I wouldn't mind him. I'll take anyone at the moment. I'll take anyone. I wouldn't mind someone like Balotelli. Bit of attitude on the pitch. He's a good player.
Because it don't look like that. You've
Well, he
got
wants
to
to
let
turn
Zaza go now, are they?
No.
They said they're not letting him go.
We're gonna get a lone striker on the last day from someone we don't know.
We can't let this.
We need someone now.
We can't let this transfer window pass us by like we did the last one because
needed
we are in a great position,
Yeah.
and we're in a position. This is what happened last season. We was in a position last season where we could have got 1 or 2 signings in and kicked on. I don't give a shit what they say about the wage cap. I don't believe it for a second.
I still think we've got a good enough
I
squad.
don't. What I think is, I don't think they want to show their hand.
Yeah.
Too early because you start saying that you've got money to spend and whatever.
Clubs start bumping up.
Yeah,
their
clubs
prices,
start
don't
knowing
they?
that you're desperate for someone. By saying that we're not desperate or we ain't got no money to sign people, people don't know we're in the market. So when we come in for them, they go, oh well, they ain't got no money. And
I still think our squad's good enough to still challenge, but we do need a striker.
but just add to it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Just
Build on what you got.
Just build on what you've got, and we're in a great position at the minute.
I was just about to say that. Like, we're still in a position now to finish this season in the top 6 and win the FA Cup.
Yeah.
We had the same thing last year. This time last year, or in February, we went to West Brom. Our season in league form was dipping. We went to West Brom. 4-0 loss. We're out of the FA Cup. That was our season done.
Yeah, that was it.
It was just now about Sam sitting back and taking a paycheck.
And do you know what? Yesterday, right? Although I don't like his work rate, do you know who would have fitted well in that team? Zarate.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying there.
He looks like he's off. And he posted a picture on Twitter of like just before kick-off.
he's having dinner.
Yeah, I think he's off. And
Of course he's off.
it's a shame. It's a shame because I do like him, but if he wants to go, I've always said you don't want to play for West Ham. Go. I don't care who you are. It could be Martin Noble. If Martin Noble's like, you know what I mean.
The thing is with Zarate as well. Zarate looked better when he was there with players like Lanzini, Payet, and all that. They all
Zarate's a
complement each
luxury
other.
to have.
And we can't have that luxury because Payet's a luxury.
Because he's not. Zarate yesterday, I don't think would have fitted in well yesterday because backs to the wall, we wouldn't have dug in.
No.
He would have stood near the touchline.
No, but I think the second half.
It's cold, boss.
The second half, I thought he would have added a bit more.
he would have
Someone
added
to
an
chuck
impact.
on, with 20 minutes to go when we're chasing that equaliser. Yeah,
We did have a lot of the ball that second half as well.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. And I think, like at times, the Newcastle defence, they're not that organised. You know what I mean? And I don't think we tested them enough. They've shown in the past that they, when a bit of pressure's put under them, they're at 6s and 7s.
Yeah, because the crowd start getting nervous.
Yeah.
And that affects the
Of course.
The
And
players,
Colaccini ain't the greatest player. He got his toe to fucking everything.
do you remember Yap Stam? He was like that when he always got his toe down. Yap Stam was a world class defender.
Yeah, I was going to say you can't.
I hate
compare
defenders
the two.
like that. They just get that lucky touch. Everything bounces for them. Even when it bounces around that area, didn't it?
Yeah.
Fell to them like.
Every time.
But yeah, I mean, going back to transfers, we obviously need someone in, but
Austin would have been perfect at that price. We said before he's got
You
6
won't
months
get
left.
you won't get a centre forward for that price.
Exactly.
no.
Yeah,
You won't
not
get
an English one as
No,
well.
you won't get any for that price now. You won't get a proven Premier League striker in the whole world for £4 million.
It's going to pay me to see if he goes to Southampton and he scores 10 goals.
That's it.
Because even if he gets off to a great start, even if he gets off to that, like you get a player that goes to something like Ashton did for Norwich, and Ashton did for us, when they score that, they have that little boost, that little boost, where they score like, they just hit the ground running and they're in a hot vein of form, and then it drops off a little bit because by the time that dropped off,
we've got players
coming back.
Exactly.
So £4 million. I can't understand.
There's nothing in that money really.
Even if you don't want him, pay the money.
Even if you pay the 4 and have him on the bench, it's worth it.
Of course.
You've got someone like
At the end
Charlie
of the day,
Austin
if
on
they
the
didn't want
bench.
it, they could have paid the £4 million If he goes on to score 10 goals in this half of the season, right, that's fine. If you don't want him there, then long him off at the end of the season. But you've still had that 6 months. But you've still had that 6 months. He scored you 10 goals, which potentially could then
I think 15, he will as
18
well.
Points.
I think he will. I think he's going to go straight into Southampton's side. And guess who we've got in a couple of weeks?
Exactly.
Southampton.
He'll score against us.
Point.
You know he'll score.
On Monday night on Sky.
I'm telling you, he will score against us.
know. I hope he gets injured next week now.
But and that's the thing for me. I think we have missed a trick with him. Really have.
Oh, 100%.
Because what other striker now? Can you look at the Premiership? Look at the players in the Premiership, striker wise. Who's available that's going to get you goals?
You won't get no one in. It's got to be someone abroad.
Yeah, that's it.
And it's always a gamble.
And then the decent players abroad are playing in the sides that are still in Europe.
Look at Afobe. Scored yesterday. Mm-hmm. Yeah, done okay. Yeah. Didn't have a great game against us, I don't think. Scored yesterday. Come from the Championship, never played in the Premier League before. Cost them £10 million.
Exactly.
£10 million.
Same as we paid for.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Same as we paid for Payet, right? But obviously, even Payet was a gamble because you don't know if they're going to work. But for someone like Charlie Austin, who has played in the Premier League for 2 seasons and scored goals in both seasons, £4 million. It should be just. Yeah.
In today's market, that's peanuts.
It should be a no-brainer.
The thing is, though, like we've missed out on him now.
You can't keep on talking about it because we have missed out. Take the fucking money, slap it in the cunt's face, and say, "Come on, Charlie, get in the back of the car. We're going back to West Ham."
I think even if we'd have gone in for him, I don't think he would have come here
because of the comments that were made.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So we burnt them bridges.
Yeah, that's it. That's and the thing is, we could sit here at the end of the season and be laughing that Southampton paid £4 million for him and he didn't score a goal and spent 6 months injured. So that's football nowadays. But as you said, I'm with you. If he comes in, he scores 5 or 6 goals at the start, and then his form dips. We've got players coming back.
Yeah,
but
he would have been an ideal replacement while Sakho's getting fit.
Exactly.
But,
exactly.
Oh well.
And that's the thing. Now we're looking abroad. It's going to be hard to find a striker, I think.
Okay, we need to address something as well because last week we said we was going to address that, we didn't. Andy Carroll in his latest injury. People saying 2 weeks, people saying 6 weeks, people saying 8 weeks. It's probably going to be between 3 and 4, probably.
Yeah.
But can this carry on? In the fact, can you keep on paying a man £85,000? I don't know how much he gets, but I'm guessing it's an educated guess. It's about that area.
It's a hamstring.
We've had a lot of injuries this year, and I'm not picking on him.
What I don't understand is we was training at Rush Green, right? Mm-hmm. No injuries. We moved back to Chadderweath, and Carroll gets injured.
Oh, we've gone back to Chadderweath.
We're back to Chadderweath now.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know.
Was it rent or something?
I do not know, but I don't understand that decision. Yeah. What was the point of going Rush Green in the first place?
Exactly.
For an experiment that seems
to
work.
That's it. Bypass Lanzini because Lanzini's was a flare up of the injury he had before.
A hip injury, wasn't it?
So it did work. And like I said, we go back there, and then he's
But the thing is, everyone slates Carroll from out of time. Sakho's been injured just as long, but
Sakho's been out a long time. Even last year, you go back to his back injury. He was out a long time, but people, because Carroll was an easy target.
Exactly.
People pick up money.
You look at Sakho, right?
But you know what Sakho does that Carroll doesn't? He's play a good run of games before he gets injured.
Yeah.
And Carroll don't seem to.
Carroll has been playing well these last 5 or 6 games he's been involved in.
Yeah, he has been playing well, but since he's come back from his big injury, in between that he's had a small injury, which kept him out for a week or 2, and then so he's had like 3 games, then a 2-week break, then 3 games, you know what I mean? Then
I get what you're saying.
He's played well in the games. Yeah, he's played well in the games. But what Sakho does, he'll be out for a while, but he'll come back in February and he'll play to the end of the season. He might.
Sakho.
Well, no,
that's all about March.
You got to think with Sakho last season. Started the season, got injured around the African nations, come back early,
didn't he?
Yeah, and then got injured again. Then he come back, and then we didn't see him.
I think with Carroll, all we've got to say is at least it's not a long-term injury, and it is just a strain. And he could probably come back a lot sooner than what they're saying. But he can't.
When we're going to that Olympic Stadium next year, are they knocking down Chadwell? Are they moving?
Yeah, they're going to Rush Green. Rush Green's the new training set up.
So why don't they just fuck off there now?
I don't think the facility. I think that's why they went back because the facilities are not that great at the moment. It's still like when we used to play over there.
You can get
I think they've had planning permission to do it all up over there.
No,
they are doing it.
They've done
They
a
are
lot
doing it.
over there.
Why don't they just get the porter cabins in that they've got over there now?
'Cause you
Just
can't-
get your stuff over there and...
Let's be honest, right? You get porter cabins over there and you get the stuff over there. You're talking people who are on shed loads of money. They're not going to want to get changed in there. That's the
bless
but that's it.
Well, yeah,
but that's the problem with modern day footballers. They're pampered. They don't want to do that.
Oh, well, let them get changed at home
Yeah,
then.
let's be honest.
Get changed out on the side of the pitch like we used to.
Like when you was kids,
Back
take
your
your kit
car.
home and wash
Listen,
it.
most of the modern day football players would rather have someone lace their boots, let alone have to bend down and lace them themselves.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about a little bit about... We noticed some of this yesterday, didn't we? Footballers' attitudes. I want to talk a bit about that as well. So, yeah, transfer window. Don't let this one pass. Don't make the same mistake we did last year. Build on the position we've got. Make sure, I'm still positive that we can bounce back next week.
Oh, yeah. I'm looking forward to City at home.
Yeah, I'll take the positives from yesterday's game. Yeah. Although we was fucking battered,
we were still in it. Still in the game. Exactly.
Take the positives. We've got a lovely KFC on the way home.
Oh, it's fucking
What'd you have?
beautiful.
What'd you have?
KFC? I don't know. It's some sort of hamburger or something. I don't know.
I'll tell you one thing.
Hamburger and KFC.
One thing I will say, so long as we don't sign Adebayor.
No, he's going to Palace.
Go anywhere, just don't come to that club, please.
I'll take him at the moment,
No.
Scott.
I would take him for that boost.
No.
I would, honestly.
Thing is, he plays well for a season to get his
Bring
contract.
him in,
once
pay-
he's got
pay-
his
I'll
contract.
bring him in on a players you fucking pay thing. Fucking, because he's not short of a few quid, is he?
No.
You know what I mean?
Bring
him in
in
till the
still
end of the
paying his wages,
season.
aren't they?
Bring him in to the end of the season.
Bring him in. If you're going to bring him in, dangle that carrot that you're going to pay him at the end. Start next season, you'll sign him and pay him 150 grand a year. Get him play once every week. Once he's fit, long him off.
Yeah, then David Gold takes him up in his aeroplane and says, "Hey, Adebayo, I just want to show you something."
Just dropping you off.
Push him out the fucking fly off. David Gold Airways.
Just drop him back off to Togo with a parachute. Off you
See you
chop.
later.
I wouldn't want him there,
want
but if he did sign him, I'd be like, I just think, oh well, he's here now.
It's just the thing is when you look at the market,
I can't see
there's
anyone
rumours floating
available.
around now.
We will
the
get
thing
someone. I'm confident we will bring one or two players in, but they'll only be loans.
Bilic, he knows European football. He's probably got his own.
Yeah, there's probably a
Besiktas
Besiktas wonder kid who we know nothing about, and he'll come over and it'd be mustard.
Like Lansley.
Coleman's mustard. Not the cheap shit, the
Coleman's. They're playing games. They're playing games.
We just can't let this opportunity pass us by. That's
your knees are really hurting from
Yeah.
this.
We have got to strengthen. It's key now we strengthen. I think let the Zaratis, your Jay O'Briens go. We need to strengthen.
Yeah, I like to see Go Cantora as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. If we free up if we get the funds for Zarate, I think that could be a deal. Sam Byram as well. That's another one. I see he's been linked with Everton, but apparently West Ham are going in for him. So I think for Sam Byram, there's only one place he's going to go.
Yeah, that's it.
Everton. No, I'm joking. He will come to us. He's a West Ham fan. It'd be his dream. So
We need a long-term right back as well because Jenks
exactly.
ain't Stan. I wouldn't want to sign him now.
It depends. If Jenks was available for like 5 or 6 million, then yeah. But if they're talking like the 10, 12,
He's not available for
That's
that.
Look, at the end of the day, I can't. I said it last season. He will not play a game for Arsenal.
Yeah.
Right? He's not.
But they're getting rid of the Debussy, in they? So
he's not a Wenger player. They've tied him
They're offer him
down.
a contract. Though,
They've tied him down to a large contract because then it boosts his money when they sell him. Yeah. It's the only reason he will not play for Arsenal.
Yeah. Hopefully we see something.
I don't know. We need long term anyway, but let's get let this opportunity pass us by. But I want to talk. Do you know what? We was at Newcastle. Said we was doing our fan camps, blah 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 blah. And when we, I'll tell you that after. When we got to the coach, the West Ham coach, the West Ham players were getting on now, right? And I was talking to him yesterday in the car about the attitude of footballers, and like obviously some of them stopped to some of them got straight on the coach, and shall I name him?
If you want, he's not our player.
Victor Moses was one. Come out, right? This is what I saw. This is what I saw him do with my own eyes, right?
I see it as well.
He came out, Kids were waiting there in the freezing cold. It was bitterly cold. It was snowing. All right, it was underneath the.
It was still cold.
It was a cover, but it was freezing. Right, kids are waiting there for. This is a good hour after the game. Am I right or wrong? They're in Newcastle. All right, a lot of them were Newcastle fans, but there was some West Ham fans, right? He's come out of the building, right? Adrian stopped. I'll name the ones that stopped. Adrian, Cullen,
Randolph.
This is the ones we saw. Randolph.
Ginger Pele.
We didn't see him, did we? Song. Valencia. Yeah.
They were the ones you saw.
They're the ones we saw. We didn't hang about.
about.
We did, this is just what we saw. He comes out of the building, right? Bear in mind, he looks tired as shit.
Only
Right?
played 15.
And he's played about 15, 20 minutes of the game, right? There's kids waiting there, they're shouting and hollering, right? Now, I'm not an autograph collector, I couldn't give two fucking monkeys, to be quite honest with you. Yeah, but, I just wanted to see, because we've talked to Dom was there, he fucking funny story, I'll tell you in a minute. So he comes out the building, right? Kids are shouting, Victor, Victor, Victor. He walks towards them, takes a step towards them and goes, and stepped on the coach.
No.
I saw that with my own eyes.
What a tosser.
Like he went to, so he sort of like made the gesture to go to him, and then he went, and I thought,
That's the Chelsea
you
arrogance. isn't it?
stupid Chelsea cunt. And that's what I thought to me. I wanted to slap it. If I could have got on that coach, I would have slapped him.
But that's what annoys me with like some
No, it's
modern
not
day
that.
footballers.
It's just. It's the attitude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Them kids are sitting there waiting in the freezing cold. You cannot stop for 5 fucking minutes to sign your name on a piece of the paper. It means nothing to you. It's 5 minutes of your time when you ain't even fucking playing and you ain't played for the last 8 weeks or whatever the fuck you ain't played for. He can't stop for 5 minutes to wait. And it means the world to them children
them
who are
kids,
standing there in the fucking snow, waiting for, to get their book signed, and it means the world to him. And he does that. And I thought, if I would have been in touching distance, I would have slapped him. And I swear on my life, I would have slapped
I
him.
totally agree with you. I totally agree. That's fucking wrong.
You wouldn't have slapped him, you'd have run.
It's a Victor.
It's
it's
just
wrong.
the
It
arrogance
is
of
wrong.
players these days.
That's
like,
bad.
It is.
Do you know what?
rushing over.
Well, the
was
coach
it?
wasn't going anywhere. Yeah,
Rushing to get
exactly.
the coach.
This is
The coach had
exactly
been
it.
sitting there for about a good 20 minutes when we was there, so it's probably there before. And people was already on there, like Dixie and I think Nobes. I think there was a few players already on there. But, to sign a kid's book doesn't take 2 seconds to
5
sign
minutes.
your name. It doesn't take
5
5 minutes to write his name.
Say-
Scott.
No, but
What does it?
It's got a massive pen.
No, but you know what I mean? When you get through the amount of people there,
Yeah,
you know,
Even if there's like 20 kids, it's going to take you 10 minutes.
There was probably about 30 kids there.
Yeah.
Some of them were Newcastle fans, and their players were coming out the other entrance. So
they
obviously
were there
they've-
to get the West Ham
Yeah, they
autograph.
probably want to sell them on eBay or whatever. I don't
Yeah.
know, but that maybe they should check them. But what I'm saying is that it don't matter.
No.
It takes you 5 minutes
Exactly.
to walk around. All the others done it, and it was just him. Just come out.
I think Randolph just like the attention.
Yeah.
It was like Graham in Lakeside.
The thing is, you look at
been like so
changing
many years.
sports. You look at tennis, right? The world champions in the tennis walk off the court and are signing autographs, and these are people that
Yeah, it's just one of them things, and it's poor from him.
It is.
He shouldn't do it.
No, it's if you got to get on the coach,
One of the
whatever,
days I used to go training
you've
ground.
got a problem, whatever.
Bunking off
You know what I mean? You want to get straight on the coach, fair enough. But do not do that. Do not gesture to go towards them and then
then
sort
walk
of
off. No, it's just wrong.
give a little slice. It's fucking arrogance.
But like you said, that's Chelsea arrogance. I bet a lot of Chelsea
Prick,
players
anyway.
are like that.
I've mum changed my fucking opinion in that cunt, that's for sure. Anyway, should we leave it there? Yeah.
That's it, not much else.
End it on that
My
note.
hands are freezing. There's no eating in this fucking place. Anyway, thanks very much for joining us on this edition of West Ham Fan TV's Post-Match Pint. We'll be back on Saturday for the Saturday evening,
Man
isn't
City,
it?
yeah.
Man City
Saturday
game. That's it.
5k subscribers.
Yeah, go on, you can mention that, mate. Go on.
5k subscribers.
Oh,
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Like,
well done, lads. Well done.
you know what I mean? Like, that was what we set out for the end of the season, to do it halfway through. Love it. So thank you very much for
Yeah, thank
subscribing.
you.
Everyone who
We've got
subscribed.
a special on the social 5k coming up next week that Graham will explain in his show.
I'll mention that later.
And what else we got coming out? Razor Ruddock interview.
Razor Ruddock
coming
interview
out Tuesday. I met up with the big man. Me and Dan went down there.
It's because I couldn't be bothered.
It was a really good interview. So some couple of funny stories in there.
Yeah, I'm going to be out on Tuesday. That. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at West Ham Fan TV. Follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/West Ham Fan TV. Instagram, West Ham Fan TV. And one thing left to say, come on, you irons.